Hey guys, it's Bill from Linden, Tennessee. We're going to start this off. This is going to be kind of a series of videos, I think. We're going to start this off by looking back here. So, this is obviously my 3-point lift attachment situation here. If you recall, I have a linear actuator going back there and mounting up front near sort of where the pivot of the whole tractor is. And in that linear actuator, it pushes on that rod right there, which is attached to these arms. And when that actuator pushes forward, these arms go up. Why do I show you this? Because I have been mocking up all of this. Of course, this is going to be my front-mounted brush hog. This was a walk-behind bush hog. It had like handlebars and an engine and all that stuff, and you'd kind of do a wheelie. You'd like push down on the handlebars and do a wheelie, and you'd run over trees and stuff. I think it can handle like certainly 2 inches, 3, maybe even 4-inch trees. I don't know, but so that's what I'm going to put on. I'm going to put that on the front here, and all of this mess is an attempt to raise and lower this thing. Now, I won't be able to raise and lower it like it would have been from the factory where you like do a wheelie, like what I was just saying. That'd be kind of cool if I could, but I just don't think I've got enough room to do that, because that would require this whole front end coming up like several feet, and I'd need another actuator, or I don't know, I'd need something different. I'm not sure how I could do that. That's a problem for future Bill. Anyway, present Bill is currently sweating his butt off in the garage. It's 95.8 degrees in here. It's 123 degrees heat index outside. It's a miserable, humid, hot day here in Tennessee. But anyway, I digress. So what's going on with this thing? Obviously, that's the support, or the bracketry for the front plow, kind of modified a little bit to fit my application. I put these standoffs on there so it'll grab onto these arms. These arms are off my other tractor. This is just a category 0 3-point lift. And then so they're going to go there. And then I got these little tabs that are there, and I made some more standoffs so they'll go through here. Of course, there'll be pins and everything holding it together. And underneath, I've got a receiver hitch with a bar coming out and a bar going horizontal across the top. Up here, I got a 4-inch piece of pipe that I welded in side plates. So it's not a solid pipe. Could have done it with a solid pipe and just line bored through the middle of it, but that's not how I did it. What's going to happen is these bearings here on the sides, like that, there's going to be some plates that come up here, 3/8 inch, 1/4 inch plates that come up there, and these bearings will bolt into that, both sides. This drum will be more in line with the winch, so the drum will be over here, kind of where this block of wood is, and then this, of course, will also go there. And then, so what'll happen is the winch will come out. It'll do like 1 or 2 rounds. I'll have a little thing with either a pin or maybe a standoff, or I don't know, some way of securing. Oh, don't put your hand on that. Some way of securing the eye of the winch cable. So it'll do a couple wraps around here, and then when the winch pulls in, this will rotate backwards like that. Now, this is where I started out with my 3-point. What I'm going to have here is some arms, short arms, very short arms, probably no more than 2 inches long. And they're probably going to come over, or they may just come out straight, but they're probably going to come out and then jog over a little bit like what the PTO does. And then there'll be some links that come down, just like on the PTO lift. It'll go into these holes right here. So whenever this turns, this drum will be welded to this shaft. This shaft will be keyed. And then the arms that go on there, they'll be keyed also. I would love to weld those arms onto here, but if I did that, I could never take it apart. So these arms have to be removable. And then, so that's how all that will be. And then also, coming out of the middle, probably off center of the middle, of that horizontal tube, there's going to be another tube that comes straight up. It's going to come up like this right here, and then at about, I don't know, a height roughly here probably, it'll have a chain. So there'll be a chain that comes down and holds on to the front of the brush hog. So whenever I turn the winch on, it'll turn the drum, it'll rotate these arms will lift up the 3-point, that'll pick up the back, but then that chain will be right there that'll keep the front from drooping down. So whenever the back gets lifted up, the chain is going to cause the front to come up also. Yes, that's how it's going to work. And the chain is kind of cool because, hold that. Back here, this is the pin that goes across, and the plow sits on these ends right here. But this will be a double function, so that arm, or that bar right there going across, I'll have some little brackets coming off of the bottom of the winch, roughly here, but in the middle, towards the sides here, that will look something like that. They're going to look something like that. So if you imagine that being down here and then solidly mounted to the plow, no, to the brush hog, then whenever the winch lowers this down, those will nest on this bar going across, and that chain will hold the front end up, and that will be the ride height of the machine, of the brush hog. I would like to just set the ride height and so it can run on these skids, but if I do that, then I won't be able to steer. I won't be able to turn. I'd have to raise the thing up, turn, lower the thing. So this needs to be elevated off the ground, and I may still run into problems because if I do run over a stump or something, it's going to cut the stump off, maybe this high, and if I go to steer, it's going to run into the rails. I don't know. That's also a problem for future build. I could always take these rails off or something. I don't know. And then of course the motor is sitting right there. Now it annoys me that the motor is offset. I would like it to be in the middle. I would like it to be in the back so that there's less weight hanging over the front. But I've offset it because that chain that comes down needs to come down right there. And I'm going to actually have the chain offset a little bit also, because this whole brush hog is going to be heavy as we're looking at it, to the left. So the chain is going to be offset to the right, theoretically making it sort of balanced as I drive it, as I use it. So anyway, that's how all this is. I've just got everything kind of tacked and sitting there with good intentions. I've had just about enough being out here in the garage today, so I'm going to call this one a day. I'm going to go home, go in the house, take a shower. Maybe I'll go down and jump in the river. That might be really, really nice. So anyway, that is it for now. We'll see you next time.